I made my boyfriend stop being friends with his close friend after she was SA'd by another man and went to my boyfriend for support, and the guilt is eating away at me. Posted by you/Carolina Blythe 31. My boyfriend, 20M, and I, 21F, had been together for almost a year, but this issue happened a little before we were dating, and it has been bothering me a little. Before I met him, he had this friend, let's call her Rachel, 20F. He and Rachel had known each other since they were 15. He told me that when he first met her, he had a crush on her, but then switched schools and didn't see her until freshman year in college. In high school, they weren't very close because Rachel was kind of unreachable for him. But in college, they began a really close friendship because we live far from campus, we take the bus to school, and they used to sit together all the time. From what I know, in February 2019, he confessed his love to Rachel, and she admitted she liked him as well, but that she wasn't ready for a relationship and she was hung up on another guy. And in March, he and I started talking. I always saw him from afar and had a crush on him, but he was always with Rachel. We began casually dating in May, and everything was going so well until my boyfriend told me he had to sit with Rachel on the bus every day now, because of something that happened to her. I don't have the full details on this, but from what I understand, one day on the bus, a guy SA'd Rachel, and she didn't have any other friend on the bus, so she went to seek help from him. As the angel he is, obviously he accepted, but I wasn't very comfortable with this agreement between them. If I am being honest, I am a little jealous of Rachel. She is a very pretty and seems to be a very nice girl, but as our relationship was very new, I felt insecure about this. Fast forward, I told him that he wasn't allowed to sit next to her ever again. And that the next day in the morning, he needed to choose, me or Rachel. He picked me, and I saw Rachel shed a couple of tears. I felt bad, honestly, but we needed boundaries. A couple of months ago, I caught him messaging Rachel, asking about her current life status with quarantine and if she was still going to therapy. And then a couple of old messages between them, him being grateful about a gift Rachel gave him and him being so helpful with her. I kind of feel awful about me just taking him away from her, but I felt we needed to set boundaries, and for me, Rachel is a potential danger to my relationship given the special bond between my boyfriend and her. I have thought about apologizing to her about what happened and clearing things up with him. He is so great to me that I feel awful about taking his friend away from him. Top/relevant comments. Editor's note. I've made another post that essentially told the same thing but had some additional details around some parts, so I'll include the extra details as additional info from OP before getting into the updates. Additional info from OP. After a couple of weeks I began feeling uncomfortable with them spending time together, especially because it felt like nothing had changed between them, even if they were apart for months. So I told him he needed to choose, me or her. The day after that, on the bus, he picked me. I saw Rachel shed a couple of tears, and I felt bad honestly. I can't erase that image of her from my head. I really thought he had stopped talking to her, but it turns out that he was with her through the whole process of her therapy and her pressing charges against the guy. So by December she gave him this really fancy medical dictionary, but he completely lied to me about how he got it. I just found out it was a gift from her, and there were plenty of messages between them in the last months. I didn't say anything to him, but I don't know if he has unresolved feelings about her. Our relationship is strong, I think, but I feel really insecure about it. People on other subreddits think I should apologize to Rachel, because I took her only friend away from her, and also made my boyfriend feel bad about helping out a friend in need. Today I talked to him about it, and he gave me Rachel's phone number, but I don't know what to do. Update 3 days later. A couple of days ago I made a post about me feeling awful about prohibiting my boyfriend to be friends with a girl named Rachel. Many people suggested I needed to talk to him about it, or that Rachel was trying to steal him away from me, because they are still very much in contact. So I talked to him, and he told me that at first when we got together last year, he was still a little hung up on Rachel, because he always thought that she was the one. Then he said that he does speak with her regularly on the phone, because he misses her, but he says that she isn't the one reaching out to him, it is the other way around. So I am just so mad at him, like he gets to be with me and also talk every day with the girl he thought was the one? That is BS. I'm a mess right now, and I feel like I do have to break up with him, but at the same time I don't want to do it. But then I remember the cherry on top of the cake. The first one is that he never told Rachel he was dating me, she thinks we are just friends. And the second one is that he admitted that a month before we started dating, he and Rachel constantly had sex in his car and basically everywhere. A effing month. I'm so mad, I started packing in boxes all the stuff he gave me, all of it, and tomorrow I am going to his house to end things. I hope I am doing the right thing. Top/relevant comments. Commenter. You definitely deserve to be the one for someone else. He can go back to Rachel. Op's response. Thank you. I know that them having sex before he started dating me doesn't count as cheating, But it feels like it. It even makes me wonder if they were having sex the whole time we were together. Commenter 2. Well, that definitely doesn't classify as cheating. I slept with a girlfriend I had a couple of weeks before I started dating my wife, and now we have been married 4 years, have kids, and love each other. He's just a jerk for being hung up on Rachel. It sounds like you are ready to walk, and that's okay. You do deserve to be with someone who thinks you are the one as well, but you don't have to imagine him physically cheating to justify leaving. If anything, he is emotionally cheating. Just my 2 cents. Good luck. Ops response. Thanks for your comment. Yeah, I know he was probably emotionally cheating on me, but still, it sucks that he said that to me. Commenter 3. You're better off. You never want to be someone's second choice, especially if the one is still in the picture. Ops response. Thanks for this is what I needed to hear. Second update 2 days later. First of all, I want to thank everyone who gave me advice and encouragement in the past days. After thinking everything through and having a long talk with my mom last night, I decided to break up with him for good. Sorry if this post is incredibly long, but I need to vent my thoughts. Today I went over to his house. We went to one of the gardens of the residential where he lives. I started by saying that until a few days ago, I believed he was the best boyfriend in the world, that he had always been caring and thoughtful, and that I really thought that our relationship was special, but the feeling was not mutual. I told him that I can't ignore the fact that he lied to me about Rachel, and that he lied to Rachel about us. Then, when he finally got the nerve to speak, he said that he told Rachel about us. Too bad because it is a year too late. I made it very clear to him that I am not a consolation prize or second best to anyone, and that includes him. We are officially over. He apologized for lying to me. He understood and accepted my reasons for dumping him, and said that he was really sorry for leaving me in the middle of all his problems with Rachel. He admitted that it wasn't fair to me and he hopes one day I could forgive him, and that someday someone will be crazy about me and will love me as I deserve to be loved and respected. Before we were a couple, we were friends, and he just let out all his complicated stuff with Rachel. I left it in the comments, mainly for myself because I like to write. He realized he is completely nuts, and that he was truly a jerk to me. He promised he would work out things with her, to stop hurting people along the way, including themselves. I also told him that if he told me about what happened to Rachel on the bus, I would have been more than happy to help her. He admitted he had no clue what to do. He took her to the psychologist, talked to her mom, and helped her file a formal complaint to the university authorities. I returned his gifts. I know I didn't have to do this, but I asked if he was okay with me selling the expensive gifts he gave me, that include a couple of bracelets and rings, and donating the profit to a women's shelter that helps women victims of SA and domestic violence. He agreed to this idea, that someone here kindly suggested. After a good cry and talking with my mom, I decided to text Rachel. She knew everything now. I kind of still felt awful about what happened on the bus that day. We spoke over the phone. She was great to me. When I was starting to apologize, she told me that I didn't need to do that. She completely understood where I was coming from. She said that her therapist had already told her that it wasn't good for her to depend on him for safety. She now knows how to defend and stand up for herself. Rachel was so furious at him, she kind of figured it out that we were together, and she asked him several times, and he was never clear. She tried to take a step back, but he was still there. As I said, Rachel was great and so kind to me. She sent a pizza and ice cream over to my house, because she asked what she could do for me. She told me something that got stuck in my head: sex makes everything more complicated. She told me that growing up in a Catholic environment made her think that she needed to stick forever to the guy that she gave her virginity to. I told her she needed to break free from that and figure out her stuff with him. We agreed that we wished we could have been friends, because we have a lot in common, but that right now it feels too weird. Thanks again to everyone. I was hesitant to write this post, but even Rachel and my mom told me that it was a good idea to write it down. Rachel even gave me permission to write crap about her. I will not do that. I am free. I learned that I should never pursue someone who is clearly in love with another girl, that I have to work on myself a lot, to value my worth more, and to never settle for a bad love. I have lots of emotions, between happy and angry, but hopefully someday I will see my post and feel good about my decision. Have a happy holidays everyone, and remember, emotional affairs are not cool. /relevant comments. Commenter. Sounds like this has worked out for the best for you. Rachel sounds like a nice person too. I wish you both the best. Ops response. Thanks a lot. I wish you the best. Commenter 2. Emotional cheating can leave someone even more scarred than physical, to be honest. Be proud of yourself for getting closure in such a mature way on a situation where most of us would be a sobbing mess. Ops response. Thanks for your comment. It's not like I am not a sobbing mess, but I had to get out of there. While I was having the talk, I was very in control of myself. I was even surprised about that. Commenter 3. What happened on the bus? Ops response. She was assaulted while she was sleeping on the school bus. She couldn't sleep for months.